I was raised in a Christian home and we went to church almost every Sunday, but I think it was my senior year of high school when I really kind of just understood the meaning of having a relationship with Jesus, and from there on it's been building ever since.
So I grew up in a Christian family. My mom was a choir director at our church and my dad taught Sunday school. And so it was always kind of around as I was growing up when I was young. I remember, we would go to church pretty much every week. But once I was like 14, my family kind of split apart, and a lot of the things that I had taken for granted were sort of up in the air. And so I found myself in a place where I kind of had to own my faith. I had to figure out who Jesus actually was to me and who I knew him to be. And God provided some amazing men that kind of walked me through that process and discipled me and taught me a lot about what love is and taught me a lot about how to be a godly man. And so I think that was when I began to really understand what it is to put your life in Jesus' hands.
I love making music because it's the extension of who I am. It's the ability to put into words, put into music, things that are in my heart and in my head and that I would love to share and communicate with the world. And there's nothing more gratifying than writing a song and finishing it and releasing it to see what the Lord's gonna do with it and having him touch people with this song that you created from a really real, true place.
I think music is such a gift from God in the sense that it just tends to bring people together, and it's been such a blessing to be a part of that, to get to make these songs and get to go play them and have people show up and want to sing along, and it's just a blast.
Okay, so my most embarrassing on-stage moment happened when I was in probably 8th grade. I grew up doing like musical theater and just local community theater. And one of my biggest fears is fainting. And I was on stage in the middle of a performance, in the middle of a play, in the middle of a line, and the world started going dark and black, and I completely fainted, fell off the stage into like the orchestra pit, and my director caught me. It was like this dramatic moment. I mean, so I played it off well, but it's embarrassing fainting in front of people.
So when I was in high school, I was in a band with a couple of buddies of mine, but the music scene in Farmerville, Louisiana was not extensive. So we would play at any opportunity we had. And so there was this one festival called Trailer Fest that took place on the back of a trailer. And it was all these like crazy like screamo hard rock bands, and then us, and we did like Coldplay and Snow Patrol covers. And so like we come out and we play through this whole set, and we're finally to the end of the set, and so I'm like, hey guys, like, do we have time for one more song? And there's just like this silence, and then someone from the crowd yells, no! And I just paused for a second, and then we just finished the song and walked off with dignity. But it's changed the way that I approach set list making.